Close your eyes for a second and picture this. You're jammed shoulder to shoulder in a dark, sweaty wooden belly of a ship. Your muscles are screaming. Your lungs feel like they're on fire. A heavy drum is pounding relentlessly in your chest. Boom, boom, boom. Hundreds of oars cut through the water in perfect sync. Then, suddenly, crash. Bronze smashes into timber. The whole ship shudders violently. Screams erupt from above you. Salt water sprays through the oar ports, right into your face. You're not a fearless legionary charging with a sword and shield. You're the hidden power keeping Rome's war machine alive. You are a rower on a Roman Quinquereme, charging straight into battle. Welcome to the raw, brutal reality most history books never show you. Hello everyone, welcome back to the channel. If you love gritty ancient history, epic battles, or just want to understand how ancient warriors really lived and conquered, you're in the right place. Most of us grew up thinking Roman warships were rowed by chained slaves getting whipped to death, thanks to movies like Ben-Hur. But the truth is far more interesting, and a lot tougher. During Rome's rise, especially in those savage wars against Carthage, the rowers were mostly free men, regular guys who signed up for steady pay, a shot at land afterward, and the chance to help turn the sea into Mare Nostrum. Our sea. Today, we're going below deck with a man named Marcus, a rower on the lowest bank of a massive Quinquereme. You're about to feel what it was really like from the moment he wakes up until the rams strike. Life as a rower starts long before sunrise. The fleet usually beaches for the night because these long, sleek warships aren't exactly comfortable floating hotels. You wake up on the sand, stiff from the cold, grab a quick meal of hard biscuit and watered-down wine, then file aboard with the rest of the crew. A Quinquereme carried around 300 rowers and over 100 heavily armed marines. The ship had 3 levels of oars, not 5 stacked banks, like many people imagine. As a Thalamian on the lowest level, you sit right near the waterline, cramped, hot, and breathing the same thick air as everyone around you. The men on the upper banks get a bit more fresh air. You get everything else that comes with it. The rowing master, called the hortator, strikes the drum. A piper sets the rhythm, and just like that, pull, recover, pull. Hundreds of oars move as one living machine. I miss the beat, and you risk snapping oars or throwing the entire ship into chaos. Training never really stops. You practice on land for weeks, using wooden frames. Then at sea, you row for hours in rotating shifts. Your shoulders burn, your back aches, and your hands turn from blisters into thick, hardened calluses. The food is basic, water is carefully rationed, and sickness spreads fast in such tight quarters. But down in that wooden belly, something special forms. A real brotherhood. You learn every man's name, trade crude jokes, and sing rowing chants together just to keep the stroke alive. These weren't slaves. They were the raw muscle that powered Rome's entire navy. Rome wasn't always a naval superpower. In the First Punic War, they were basically landlubbers facing a Carthage fleet full of experienced sailors. So they copied the Quinquereme design and added their own deadly invention, the corvus. It was a huge boarding bridge with a massive iron spike that could drop onto an enemy ship and lock the two vessels together. Instead of trying to outsail the Carthaginians, Rome turned sea battles into brutal hand-to-hand fights, exactly where their legionaries excelled. The call to battle hits like thunder. Horns blast from the deck above. Marines in heavy armor rush into position. The corvus swings ready. From your bench down below, you can't see the enemy yet. You only hear the growing roar of hundreds of enemy oars cutting the water and the crash of waves against the hull. Then the order comes. Sharp and unmistakable, ramming speed, the drum suddenly explodes into a frantic rhythm. You pull with everything you've got, legs driving hard, back arching, arms hauling that heavy oar through the sea. The ship surges forward, like a beast waking up. Sweat blinds your eyes. Your chest burns. The air down below turns into a choking mix of heat, fear, and raw effort. You feel the impact before you see anything. A violent jolt as the bronze ram slams into the enemy hull. Wood splinters. Men scream. If the corvus drops, it crashes down with a sickening crunch, and the Marines pour across like an iron tide. Sometimes the enemy hits you first. The whole ship shudders. Oars snap like twigs. Water floods in through the ports. In the chaos, you have to ship oars on one side and row desperately on the other, just to swing clear. Some rowers grab the short swords kept nearby and rush up on deck to fight alongside the Marines. Every single hand counts when steel starts flying. I've tried to imagine what battles like Cape Ecnomus or Mylae must have felt like from below deck. Hundreds of ships covering the sea, arrows blacking out the sky, the constant pounding of the drum never letting up. Your body moves on pure instinct. Victory smells of burning wood and seawater mixed with blood. Defeat means the deck tilting beneath you and the cold sea waiting if you can't get out fast enough. When it's over, if your ship is still floating, you row her to shore, collapse on the sand, and finally tend to your wounds while the officers count the dead. Some men earn promotions or land grants. Most just earn scars and stories they'll tell for the rest of their lives. So what does the life of a Roman rower teach us? That Rome didn't dominate the Mediterranean because they were born better sailors. They won through incredible grit, smart innovation like the corvus, and by turning their weaknesses into strengths. The real power came from thousands of ordinary men. Farmers, citizens, volunteers, pulling together as one unbreakable machine. Without their sweat and synchronized strength, the legions would never have crossed the sea to build an empire. These rowers were the hidden engine of Rome's greatness. If this story hit you as hard as it hit me, do me a quick favor right now. Smash that like button if you want more immersive ancient history told like this. Drop a comment below and tell me, would you rather fight as a Roman legionary on land or row into battle on one of these warships? You let me know which one and why. I read every single comment. And if you're not already subscribed, hit that subscribe button and turn on notifications so you don't miss the next deep dive. Thanks so much for watching. Rome wasn't built in a day, but it was definitely rode into existence. I'll see you in the next one.